Guys, how are you doing? Today, what I'd like to do is to go ahead and walk you through three options that I think you should look at in terms of text to speech. I want you to look at ElevenLabs, which is, you'll see why, the #1 text to speech engine right now. Then we also have Hume AI, which is venerable. It actually has some acting and, meaning that the voices actually sound pretty lively and real. They don't sound fake and robotic. And then, of course, you've got a new option from Google. It's called Google AI Studio. So when you go to Google AI Studio, just go to Generate Media. Let's go ahead and start off with ElevenLabs. Here's ElevenLabs right here. The newest system it has, it's called 11.3 or 11v3 rather. And I want you to hear how expressive this is. Right now I have one guy called Grandpa Spuds Oakley, and I think you're really going to like him. Listen up.
The ground trembled. A low growl echoed through the whispering woods. Little Pip squeezed his eyes shut. "What was that?" he squeaked, his voice barely a rustle in the leaves.
As you can see, that's actually quite good. I mean, in my opinion, I think that it sounds very, very good. Although I like Grandpa Spuds Oatley, which I haven't how can I say it? I haven't regenerated the speech, but let me do that so that you could hear how good he sounds. He'll start speaking right away. Listen.
The ground trembled. A low growl echoed through the whispering woods. Little Pip squeezed his eyes shut.
"What was that?"
he squeaked, his voice barely a rustle.
Did you hear that? That is absolutely amazing in terms of how good the acting is in the ElevenLabs V3 alpha version. Now let's go to Hume AI, and it's the exact same script. And I want you to see, what I did is I got an English book narrator. You could hear here, exactly what he sounds like in a preview.
"Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a princess."
Okay. Here you can choose the format that you want to export, either MP3 or WAV. And then over here, you can give it instructions to act. So in this case, I said be dramatic and act out the parts per the script of the story. I'm going to go ahead and say, well, it says you're a storyteller narrator. So clearly he's a narrator. That's already what it says here. Let's go ahead and click on play since I already generated. And for you to listen to this service by Hume.
The ground trembled. A low growl echoed through the whispering woods. Little Pip squeezed his eyes shut. "What was that?" he squeaked, his voice barely a rustle in the leaves. Big Bruin puffed out his chest. "Probably just the wind, Pip." But even his booming voice wavered slightly. Suddenly, a shadow fell over them, long and menacing. Zoom dashed forward, his small paws digging into the earth.
That is Hume AI. Not bad. Not bad at all. But listen to Google AI Studio. Now, here's the difference with this. All right. When you go to text to speech with ElevenLabs, it actually costs something. Okay. There is a cost involved. And in order to produce good quality, you want to have enough credits to be able to produce it, right? As well as for access to V3, you have to be a paying member. You can preview it, but then if you want more, if you want to more than just 250 or 350 characters or whatever they give you for a sample, you have to actually buy into their system, into their credit system. And then, of course, Hume AI is the same way. But Google AI is completely free. Completely free. Here is the way it sounds. And again, what I do is I go to the right over here. I chose the voice. In this case, I chose this voice.
"What kind of project are you thinking of?"
Okay. And then I did say that I wanted a single speaker because you can do multi-speaker, which is as many speakers as you'd like, but I just wanted one speaker to be able to speak this. Okay. And then on the left side over here, it says style instructions. It's pretty much like the acting instructions. So what I said is scared voice, trembling, growing more and more nervous, stuttering, and then breaking down into laughter and reading. Let me go ahead and delete that real quick. Go back to Gemini and see if I can go back to the previous instruction that I gave it. So it was going to be a story. I think it'll be up here. Yes, it's this one here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and copy. I'll come over here to this one, and I'll go ahead and, well, you know what though? So just to keep this short, I'm going to go ahead and do this as a news read. Quick news read as if you were an anchor of a major television news network. Okay? And basically is what I had before. I guess what I did before was I was saying he was very nervous and he was trembling, and he got more and more nervous as it continued. Listen to what it came up with.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. We start tonight with some great news from our own community. A new green space has officially opened its gates in the heart of downtown, transforming an empty lot into a
Now, what I'm doing right now is I went ahead and prompted this other part over here, was just quick news read as if you were an anchor.
Ceremony this morning, ready to dig in
We'll listen to that
and
next.
start planting. The project, which was funded entirely by local donations and volunteers,
His
is
voice is
designed to
crackling.
bring people together and provide fresh produce for those in need. One of the lead organizers told us it's more than just a garden. It's a place where we can grow food and
So as you can see, you can kind of get an idea of how this actually follows the directions that you give it, and it is absolutely free. All you have to do is go to
Good evening,
aistudio.google.com.
and thanks for joining us. We start tonight with some great news from our own community. A new green space has officially opened its gates in the heart of downtown, transforming an empty lot into a beautiful community garden. Dozens of residents showed up for the ribbon-cutting ceremony this morning, ready to dig in and start planting. The project, which was funded entirely by local donations and volunteers, is designed to bring people together and provide fresh produce for those in need. One of the lead organizers...
Did you notice how it actually has kind of that tonality of a news read? Well, folks, there you have it. You have ElevenLabs, which is offers a free tier as well as some paid options to get the most out of it. You have Hume AI, which does the same as ElevenLabs. And of course, you have you have the text-to-speech engine that, or it's called Media Regenerate Speech from Google AI Studio. So what do you think? Which one of these would work for you for your small project, your e-learning project, or perhaps your YouTube channel, or maybe you want to get to start, telling stories with the little characters now that we've got AI being able to lip sync? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you really appreciate this this type of video, I'm going to try to make more of these so that you get to learn more and more about the offerings of the AI software online. For Danny Mobile Tech News Channel, this is Danny Alvarez checking out.